What's up guys, I'm going to show you guys how to install one of these Echo Speed Feed 400 heads on any weed eater or string trimmer, and this will be demonstrated on the Stihl weed eater. So when you open it up, don't get too intimidated by all these extra parts and the little baggie of stuff you see. It's actually pretty simple. Let me show you guys what to do. So as I said, this will be demonstrated on a Stihl weed eater, and I currently have the brush cutter attachment. So to get any attachment or any head off, whether it's brush cutter or just a regular string trimmer head, put an Allen key or just anything long and skinny you have to stick down in there. You may have to spin it a few times to get it to drop all the way through to get it to lock, or you can spin this off, but I'll show you what I mean. So in case none of you guys have ever taken the head off, you take your Allen key and stick it down in there, and you're going to want to spin this until you feel that Allen key get pushed all the way in, and that head will stop spinning, and eventually it'll catch, and then you're able to actually take your nut off, or whatever the head may be. You can spin it right off like that. So as you guys can see there, the head is off, and you can see where the Allen key actually comes out. And mine has a little gasket or cover right there for that gear piece, which don't drop it like I did, just keep it separate, or keep it laying aside to where you can put it back on before you put the speed feed head on. So let me show you what we have. So when you open up the package, you have all these extra parts here. You've got a couple of different bolts here, nuts, whatever you want to call it, a spacer, this piece, and obviously your head. So if you're using it on a Stihl, you want the little green piece. And to check it, just take it and start to spin it on your shaft, which as you guys can see, that does fit. So I do want the green piece. So you're actually going to set the green piece down in there to where that can spin onto that. So let's go ahead and open up the speed feed head here and take that string out. So open it up, you see you got your spring. Here's where your string fits in pretty nicely, which we're going to take that string out anyway since we're going to run our better string, the black diamond string. Take it out and we'll unspool that. This is the piece you want, because as you can see right there, that insert that is already attached to this, that's for an Echo string trimmer. So we're going to take this piece out. We're actually going to take this apart, which that back piece actually just pops right off. Just like that. And then here is the piece that you want. So that insert that was down in there, that came inside, does just pop right out. As you guys can see, I did have to use a screwdriver to push down in there to get it to pop out. So we are now going to install the green nut or insert, whatever you want to call it, in there, because that is what fits the Stihl. So there you guys go. You can see I've got the green insert installed, and now we're going to essentially assemble the speed feed head backwards, how we disassembled it, if that makes any sense. So that's going to pop in there, and you should push it until you hear it click. After you have your insert installed, you're going to set it back down in this part here of the speed feed head, and then you're going to install this. Now if you guys look, it has those two little notches. Those two little notches will go inside those two notches, and it'll actually not quite snap, but it'll click to where you can actually pick this up like that, and the whole piece will come together. Let me show you what I mean. Just like that. There you guys can see. It's installed. So now we're going to spin this piece onto our shaft, but we will need the spacer as well as the cover that I dropped in the beginning. Alright, so I just want to show you guys that the spacer actually doesn't fit inside this one, at least for me. You may have to use it, so I did leave it out. Now it is a little bit of a trick sometimes for some of these weed eaters or string trimmers like mine. That sits loose, but if I push it all the way in, it stops the Allen key from holding it. So you kind of have to hold the Allen key in place while you spin that. But after you've got the Allen key in, you just spin it until it gets tight. And you do have to remember that this is counterclockwise, so you need to spin it counterclockwise to tighten it. So it's best to grab it when you're tightening it, grab it by here and spin it until it gets hand tight. And as you guys can see, it's all the way tight. That gasket didn't really work, it wouldn't have fit. So for those of you that were going to comment, oh, you need the gasket, you don't need the gasket for my setup. And then once you got it tight, you can pull that Allen key out. And then it's just a matter of putting your new string in it. And then put the cover back on and give it a try. So right there you guys got to see that it actually works really well. I got to give it a try, and I got a little carried away with it. I was out weed eating stuff that didn't even need to be weed eaten. But as you guys know, that was my first time using that new weed eater as an actual weed eater, not just a brush cutter since I got it. So if you haven't checked out the video how I got that for free, check that one out. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if it's helped you out, or if you've just enjoyed it or was entertained, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.